finish, Allison Felix first, Carmelita Jeter second, Sonia Richards-Ross third. We are going to open with a statement from each athlete just about the race and how they feel heading into London. So, Sonia, we can start with you since you're closest.
Sure. I thought the race went well. I tried to execute to the best of my ability. I knew it was going to be a great race. The field was phenomenal. So I'm really excited to be on the team and looking forward to going to London.
Allison?
I was thrilled with my race. I just felt like everything came together at the right time, and just a blessing to have made this team. It's just truly an honor to be a part of it.
And Miss Jeter?
I'm so happy right now. You know, it feels really good to come out and execute and, you know, make the team in the 100 and the 200. And, you know, I'm having, you know, such a great year right now going into London. I'm just excited to be on this team with these women. And, you know, this is my first Olympics, and this is probably one of the best feelings in the world. I know I'm not even at London yet, but it feels pretty good to already be sitting here.
Right, questions?
Allison, could you just talk about, there seemed to be a little aggression in that race today. Was there some emotion left over from the 100 and what's happened all week?
I guess it was just all about fighting to make the team. You know, it definitely has been an emotional, just entire time at trials, and I think it just is emotional trying to make this team. And you train so hard, and I was just thinking about, you know, the hours on the track and just those grueling days, and it's not for, you know, you don't do it just for nothing. Just thinking about all that and just wanted to leave it all on the track today.
Has this with a tiebreaker been a distraction at all, and any decision been made yet what's going to happen?
It wasn't. You know, I think my coach, Bobby Kersey, he did an amazing job at not letting it get to us. You know, he kept us from a lot of you guys. I missed you guys the last couple of days, but you know, that was all his orders and just telling us to stay focused and just to get it done.
And also tonight, USA Track and Field will be meeting with the athletes and Bobby to discuss options moving forward, so that'll happen tonight. I can't hear you.
When will they announce it?
It depends on how tonight's meeting go. I mean, we'll know, as we said in our statement, we'll have something either tonight or in the morning.
Allison, could you tell us a little bit about the race in terms of, did you do anything differently, or did it feel any different to run that time?
I felt like I executed. You know, I felt like I ran a great curve, something that I've really been working on. So I'll go back and look at the video and, you know, be able to visualize and put it all together. But it just felt like, you know, things clicked, and I executed the entire thing.
Allison.
Speak up, please.
Allison, how would you decide? Do you have a preference for point flip or the tie or the runoff or what?
I think that's kind of what the meeting tonight is going to be about.
Allison, can you address the historical significance of this race? This puts you up there at, I believe it's the 6th fastest time in history. Puts you just below Flo Jo and Marion Jones and Berlin Audi. Just talk about the historical nature of this time that you're in.
I don't think it's quite sunk in yet. For so long I've looked at those times, and I've just kind of been inching along and, you know, hoping to be up there on the list. And so it's just extremely special, and I think, you know, as time goes on it'll sink in even more, but the job is not done. It's all about London and getting it done there.
If anyone has questions for Carmelita or Sonia, we can take these now, and if not, we'll let them go. But questions we'll take for.
You were trying for the 200 and 400 last year. Weren't successful. What's been the difference in the 200, especially for you this year?
I think, you know, last season I was coming off of a season-ending injury in 2010, and so I just wasn't ready to sprint yet. And so I think the difference this year was I started my training 100% healthy. My coach and I really focus on the 200 a lot. I do a lot of 400 training, and I naturally have a lot of speed, and so we tweak things a little bit going into the 200 and find that I have some success there. But it's just exciting for me. I really wanted to be a part of this team in 2 events, and they didn't make it easy for me, but I'm happy I snuck in there, and I'm looking forward to competing even better in London. Thank you.
Carmelita, this question's for you.
Can you tell us what your relationship is with Mark Block at this point in time?
Well, I'm with Total Sports, and my agent is Chris Lane, so I don't know where that question came from.
Well, we noticed that he's been hanging out in the Nike Hospitality Suite all week. You think that's appropriate for someone who has a 10-year ban to be at the meet and hanging out within the Nike Suite?
My agent is Chris Lane. Thank you.
Questions for anyone now? I just wanted to make sure.
Elton, sorry, we got here really late. We were waiting out there. Can you finish the decision on what you decided? Sorry, I asked you to make me do this again. Or if the decision has been decided?
No, I've just been focused on the 200, and so we'll have a meeting tonight and figure everything out.
Carmelita, you mentioned this in the Universal Olympics. What are you going to talk to Allison about in terms of tips, tricks, and staying focused?
Well, you know, I've made every world team that I went out for, so I think I'm pretty good at staying focused and, you know, staying motivated. So I think I'll be okay.
Carmelita, on June 6th, you had a teleconference call with reporters, and you talked about you couldn't decide if you were going to do the 100 and 200 because of the grueling nature of the double. And I was wondering when you made the decision to do the 200.
I made the decision to do the 200 right after the 100. My agent and coach really didn't want me to run the 200 because I caught a little cramp after the 100, and I had to beg them to let me run this 200. And that was an emotional night for me to get them to let me run. And I knew I was going to be okay, and so I'm sure everybody's pretty relaxed now.
Go ahead, David.
Carmelita, right here in front. There'll be a lot of focus on your sprint team versus Jamaicans. How do you think you guys will match up in London?
You know what? I feel like, thanks, Al. I feel like we have such a strong team. You know, this 200 is strong right here. We have Sonia Richards, we have Allison Figgs, we have myself. And then we have the 100 meters. We have a strong American team. And, you know, when we put these uniforms on and we put the colors on, we're all on the same team now. And we push each other to that finish line. And when that relay comes, we're going to get that stick around. And it just feels good to know that I have, you know, other strong women running on the side of me against other countries. So I think we're going to be fine.
And a question for all three of you, actually. Coming into this race, the women's 200 is shaping up to be maybe the strongest final in the meet. Just talk a little bit about the pressure you felt to even make the team for all three of you, because I mean, really there were like 5 or 6 women at least who could have been on the team.
Well, I was in lane 8. So I was just running for my life. I was just trying to get to that finish line. I've never ran in lane 8 before, so everybody was behind me, and all I could think of was just try to get out as fast as I could. That's all I was thinking was get out, get out.
I think it was great that the 200, you know, have all this competition, all this talent. You know, a lot of times it really gets the backseat to the 100, and so it's really cool to see so many people step up and for it to just be an exciting race.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, when we came in today, everybody, I could feel the energy, the buzz about the women's 200, and so I was excited to be a part of that. And I felt today if I execute well, I could have been anywhere from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, you could have went anywhere today. So that's the type of race you want to be a part of, and it's exciting, to say the least, to have come through that and to be one of the women on the team.
Carmelita and Sonia both. When you came out of the curve and you saw where Allison was at, what was going on in your minds at that time? How fast a race did you think she was running and that the whole field was running?
To be honest, I didn't realize who was out front, where I was when I came off the turn. I knew I was a little bit behind, which I was hoping to be closer coming off the turn. And I just really focused on my own race. I knew if I got out of that, I could have been passed by someone else. So I knew it was a fast race. I felt like I was running fast. I felt a little bit sluggish today. I felt like it was my 6th race of the championships. But I'm happy that it went well, and I knew it was going to be a fast race no matter what. I knew it was going to be a phenomenal race, and so Allison did a great job, and you know, I'm happy for her and for the other ladies that made the team.
Well, I also knew it was going to be a great race. It was a great field. You know, lane 1 through 8 was a stacked race. When I came off the curb, the only thing I was thinking was pump your arms, lift your knees, and get to that finish line. That's all I was thinking.
And Allison, to me, the remarkable thing when I was watching the race is that it's very rare to see you come off that curve first. I mean, were you consciously aware of you being out there in front off the curve, and what did that feel like when you were in that position?
Yeah, it's very rare for me to be coming off any curve in the lead, but it's kind of all a blur now, but I was just staying focused. I knew that there was so many strong people in the race, you can never just relax or be content with where you are, so I just tried to keep digging and kept it going.
Yes, Allison, before this the trial started, not many people had heard of Jennifer Darbo. She trains with you. What's your relationship with her, and how do you feel about her as a sprinter and a fellow sprinter?
We have a great relationship. I'm just so proud of her. She came out of college, and I really wanted her to come train with us. And to see what she did this year was really phenomenal. So many collegiate athletes have a tough time transitioning. And she, I think, has done one of the best jobs of that. She's a hard worker, she stays focused, and the way that she performed at this championships was just phenomenal.
Allison, or maybe Jill, could you tell us who's going to be in the meeting tonight to make this decision? Is it going to be agents, coaches, USATF, who all will be participating in that?
It'll be our Chief of Sport Performance, Benita Fitzgerald Mosley, the athletes, and their coach. Front, King.
Allison, to follow up on that question earlier about your training relationship with Geneva, can you just describe a typical day? I don't understand what training together means. You guys out there, on the track together sprinting. Can you just give us a little bit of color in that regard?
Yeah, we do all of our training together. So whatever Bobby Kersey throws at us, we're dying together. We're out there, in just the grueling training environment. And so it's a lot about just pushing each other, helping each other reach your goals. And so when you see someone every day and you see the progress, and both of us back and forth, it's a special relationship, and I think that goes for any athletes that train together.
Any more questions?
Allison, given your given your relationship with Tarmo, how much of this that she didn't make it in this will go into your decision tonight?
I think we'll have to figure that all out. I think the biggest thing about this is that you work hard for it. She worked hard, I worked hard. We both are very deserving. So I think that's going to be part of the decision.
Two more questions, one here, and then we'll go to Mark. Okay.
Allison, just wonder if you had to do a runoff. I'm right here. If you had to do a runoff tomorrow, how would your legs be? How would that be to come back and do 100 meters at full speed?
I think anybody who would have to compete tomorrow, I think it would be tough. We just went through rounds of 200s, we did the 100s. I think we're all a little physically and emotionally drained at this point.
And Mark, last question.
Allison, over here. Allison, you've forged a close relationship now with Geneva. Do you want to venture about her talent as an upcomer in the future?
Yeah, I think I talked a little bit about it. I think she's great. I think she has a great head on her shoulders. She's doing everything right at this point. I think as long as she stays dedicated, she has amazing form. I think things will work out just fine for her.
All right. Thank you, ladies. Congratulations again.